Okay, so uh, this deep dive this week, it comes from your you higher self.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently we are diving into some pretty intriguing concepts for your YouTube channel this week.
Okay, cool.
So remember last week when we explored that wild hidden hand interview from 2008?
Yeah.
Someone claiming to be part of...
Quite the interview.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Someone claiming to be part of a powerful, influential bloodline family, and they just dropped some serious truth bombs about global control and spirituality.
Absolutely.
Well, get this. 10 years later, in 2018, another interview surfaces.
Oh, wow.
This time with someone calling themselves Eracidni Murev Te.
Okay.
EMT for short.
EMT. All right. I'm intrigued already.
Yeah.
So this is like a follow-up then, or?
Well, not exactly a direct sequel.
Oh.
It's not like picking up where the hidden hand left off.
Right.
EMT presents himself as part of a smaller group.
Okay.
Less focused on all that, like, political maneuvering that the hidden hand was talking about.
Okay.
And more on what they call record keeping.
Record keeping. Like what?
Yeah, basically observing humanity, charting our progress. You could say, like, cosmic historians taking notes.
Cosmic historians. I like that. Yeah. Okay.
But they also set some pretty strict ground rules for this interview.
Oh, really? Like what?
The EMT will only answer questions that align with what they call fundamental law.
A fundamental law. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this fundamental law is important.
It's like the bedrock of their whole worldview.
Gotcha.
They break it down into 3 primary laws.
Okay.
Free will, love and light.
Okay. So free will, love, and light. These are the fundamental laws.
Yeah, and here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
These laws aren't like separate, isolated principles. They're all interconnected.
Okay.
They're constantly influencing and shaping one another.
So it's like a cosmic 3-way handshake or something.
Exactly. It's like this dynamic interplay between these forces.
Oh, okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And EMT keeps emphasizing that love is the linchpin. It's the key to like tapping into the creator's limitless creative potential.
So love is the key.
Yeah. And then on top of that, they throw in this other phrase, so within.
So without?
So within.
Yeah.
So without.
Which they consider another like fundamental law.
Okay, that makes me think of karma.
It made me think of karma right away.
Yeah.
How our actions kind of ripple outwards, impacting not just ourselves, but like the whole world around us.
Right. Our inner world shaping the outer world and vice versa.
Exactly.
I like it.
And that ties into a core principle that EMT circles back to again and again.
Which is?
The idea that our purpose here is to figure out what we want to experience.
Okay.
And then experience it.
All right, so experience is important.
But here's the catch.
Right.
EMT seems to be suggesting that the most fulfilling experiences, the ones that truly lead to growth and understanding, come from choosing service to others.
Service to others, so not just chasing our own desires, but focusing on the well-being of others.
Right. It's not about clawing our way to the top or chasing personal gain.
It's about extending a hand, recognizing our shared humanity,
Right.
and directing our energy towards the well-being of others.
It's a pretty radical concept when you think about it.
It really is, especially in our, like, me-first world.
For sure. It goes against the grain of a lot of what we're taught.
It does. It's a radical departure from the narratives we're often fed.
Absolutely. And EMT doesn't shy away from the implications of this.
Oh, no, they don't.
They go even further.
Right.
They say this concept of service to others versus service to self.
Okay.
This isn't just some abstract philosophical debate. It's a fundamental choice point for humanity.
A choice point, like a fork in the road.
Exactly. A choice with cosmic consequences.
Okay, so we're not messing around here.
No, we are not. And it goes even deeper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you look at how this choice plays out on a like cosmic scale,
Okay.
EMT describes something called the Great Harvest.
Great harvest. Sounds intense.
Right. It's a pivotal event that marks a huge shift in consciousness.
Okay, so like some kind of cosmic reckoning or...
Well, according to EMT, the very fabric of our reality is changing.
Whoa.
They claim the old Earth, the one we were all familiar with its specific set of dimensions and ways of being, is essentially gone.
Gone.
Replaced by a new density of experience.
Wait a minute. And this shift...
So the Earth we knew is just poof.
We're talking about a new Earth.
Okay.
And this transition to a new Earth is directly tied to humanity's collective choice between service to self and service to others.
Hold on. A new density of experience. You're saying the Earth we knew is what? Just gone, replaced. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around this.
It's a lot to process, for sure.
Yeah.
EMT uses an interesting term for this transition, the viral threshold.
Viral threshold, okay.
Yeah, they're suggesting that when a critical mass of individuals embraces positive alignment, When service to others becomes the dominant mode of being,
Yeah.
it triggers a fundamental shift in consciousness,
Yeah.
a kind of evolutionary leap forward. So we're not just talking about like individual transformation here,
Nope.
but like a collective awakening that reshapes reality itself.
That's how I interpret it. And if EMT is to be believed, this isn't some distant prophecy.
Oh,
It's happening right now.
real?
You're in the midst of this transition, this unfolding of a new density of experience.
Okay, so if this new Earth is being shaped by a critical mass, choosing service to others, why is there still so much suffering, so much conflict in the world?
That's the question, right?
It doesn't seem very service to others out there sometimes.
That's a question that really gets to the heart of EMT's philosophy. They actually address this head on,
Okay.
arguing that suffering, even in this new density, isn't something to be avoided or feared.
Right.
It's a catalyst for growth.
Okay, so not something to shy away from.
Exactly. And the antidote to suffering, the key to moving through it and transcending it is, you guessed it, love.
Always back to love. It's interesting, this emphasis on love is almost a transformative force.
Right.
Does EMT elaborate on that at all?
Absolutely. They have a particularly insightful take on what many traditional religions might call eternal damnation or hell.
Yeah.
EMT doesn't see these as literal places of punishment.
Oh,
They
interesting.
view them as states of being.
Okay, so not fire and brimstone, but something more internal.
Precisely. EMT describes these states as the ultimate consequences of choosing service to self. Think about it. Nihilism, despair, the utter emptiness that comes from believing in nothing beyond your own desires.
Yeah.
It's a kind of self-imposed hell.
So the real damnation is the separation from the Creator, from love. That's deep.
Right. It cuts to the core.
It does.
And it speaks to EMT's core message about the interconnectedness of everything in existence.
We're all in this together.
Exactly. When we choose service to others, when we act from a place of love and compassion, we're aligning ourselves with that fundamental interconnectedness, with the very essence of the Creator.
And when we choose the opposite, when we put ourselves first, we're essentially cutting ourselves off from that source, from that love, that light, that true fulfillment.
You got it. But here's where it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
EMT clarifies that their counterpart,
You mean like the opposite of them?
the one representing the negative polarity, the one who might be perceived as the source of all this darkness and suffering,
Right.
isn't some kind of evil god figure.
Oh.
They're simply playing a role in this grand cosmic drama,
A role?
a role that's essential for the whole experience of duality to unfold.
Okay, need a minute to process this.
Yeah.
So no ultimate evil, just different roles being played out on a cosmic stage. It's like everyone, even the so-called bad guys, is ultimately serving a purpose in this grand scheme.
That's a great way to put it. And EMT suggests that as we move further into this new density, this era defined by service to others, we'll begin to see a shift in our values as a species.
You mean a shift away from the whole greed is good, me first mentality that seems to be everywhere these days?
Exactly. EMT envisions a future where social standing, influence, even power will be less about wealth and material possessions and more about our contributions to the collective good, our ability to express ourselves creatively and to innovate in ways that benefit everyone.
So a world where artists and creators are the new rock stars. Gotta say, I kind of love that idea.
Right. Refreshing, isn't it?
Totally. But, you know, with material like this, especially when it's as unconventional and mind-bending as what EMT's laying down,
Yeah.
it's got to be taken with a grain of salt, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's crucial to approach it with a critical and discerning mind.
For sure. I mean, some of what EMT talks about, like the existence of other densities, of frequency barriers surrounding our solar system, ancient civilizations on Earth and Mars. It's pretty out there, to say the least.
It is. It's out there. And it's important to remember that EMT doesn't necessarily offer concrete proof or detailed explanations for some of these more extraordinary claims.
Right.
They're more like breadcrumbs, hints at a much larger and more complex reality than we might currently comprehend.
Okay, so how do we even begin to make sense of it all?
That's the exciting part. EMT is really walking this fine line between offering guidance and leaving things open to interpretation.
Yeah.
It's like they're saying, here are some cosmic breadcrumbs, now go see where they lead you.
It's like, don't just take my word for it. Go out and experience it for yourself.
Exactly. And that active engagement, that willingness to question and explore seems crucial when you're dealing with concepts that challenge our existing paradigm.
Oh, for sure. It's easy to get swept up in the more like fantastical elements of EMT's message.
Right.
Like the frequency barrier or ancient Martian civilizations. But I mean, at the end of the day, what we choose to believe, what resonates with us on a personal level, that's what truly matters.
Absolutely. And I think that's where EMT's emphasis on personal experience comes in.
Okay.
On figuring out what you want to experience and then experiencing it. It's about grounding these lofty concepts in our own lives, testing them against our own perceptions and experiences.
So it's not just about intellectual understanding. It's about like integrating these ideas into our very being.
Exactly. It's about embodying the principles of fundamental law, allowing them to guide our choices and shape our interactions with the world.
You know, as we keep going deeper with EMT's words, I'm struck by this underlying message of hope.
Oh, yeah.
Of possibility.
Interesting.
Even when they're describing like the challenges of duality or the consequences of choosing service to self.
Right.
There's this sense that a more beautiful, more harmonious future is within our reach.
I totally agree. It's like EMT is saying, look, the world can be a messy, challenging place, but amidst all the chaos, there's this incredible potential for growth, for transformation, for love to ultimately prevail.
And that brings us right back to the core message that we've been dancing around this whole time.
Which is
the power of choosing service to others.
Right.
It's almost deceptively simple, but it seems to hold the key to unlocking a more fulfilling, more meaningful existence.
For ourselves and for humanity as a whole.
Exactly.
And you know what's fascinating?
What's that?
EMT doesn't present this as some kind of moral imperative or religious dogma.
Yeah.
They frame it as a choice point.
Okay.
A decision that each of us makes, consciously or unconsciously.
Every single day.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not about blindly following some set of rules. It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected and aligning ourselves with something bigger than our own individual desires.
Beautifully put.
Thanks.
We're all in this together.
All sharing this journey on this crazy planet.
That's right. An ever-evolving planet, I might add.
So much to think about. If we had to distill everything down to one key takeaway, what would it be?
For me, it's this. This journey of self-discovery never really ends.
Okay.
And the most powerful compass we have is within us.
I like that.
And as EMT reminds us, the true meaning of life is not known to men on this plane. But the highest authorities and our own intuitions teach us that we will make no mistake in living up to the best that is in us so far as is possible.
Trust your gut. Follow your heart. Choose love.
Right.
It's a recipe for a life well lived.
Even if we don't have all the answers.
Even if the destination remains a mystery.
That's part of the beauty of it all, don't you think?
I think so. It's about embracing the journey with curiosity, courage, and an open heart.
Well said.
So if service to others really is the path to a brighter future, like EMT says, then the real question is, how can you, dear listener, bring a little more love, a little more compassion, a little more service into your corner of the world today?
That's something to ponder, isn't it?
Food for thought as you continue on your own unique journey. Thanks for diving deep with us.
Absolutely. Till next time.
With love and light, let's forge ahead together. I love you all. Please think about this until next time.